Well, hello. I'm finally back. I am so excited to do my first video in like a year and a half. I took quite a long break after the Town 11 upgrade due to my phone not being able to uh, operate the upgrade and then just taking some time off. Obviously, I couldn't stay away long, so here I am. Um, so I'm back in full effect. I still have the accounts. I actually have more than what I did before, ranging from Town Hall 6 all the way up to Town Hall 9, going to a Town Hall 10. Um, so, what a perfect time to start my first video with having an amazing war. So, I am co lead in Warriors Euphoria. It's a back to back war clan. Um, Learning and strategic war clan, teaching each other, doing challenges and so forth, pretty cool. But so we get war yesterday against these folks, and they end up not filling their WC, so we're like, oh, we're good, they're just not going to participate, and whatever. So we go through and with my my little account, I'm sorry, David, but with my little accounts and Ash, I end up, three starring, pretty much every single base um on the map except for one. I think um someone might have done one or two. So basically I three starred all 18 out of 20 bases in war, and David felt a little left out. So we're chilling, talking about how great war was, how he watched my attacks, and I see the little sword things all of a sudden just going crazy, like not stopping. And I look, and they're just attacking back to back. So I go and I look on the map, and well, they've done like three or four attacks, and they have us three starred on those attacks, but they still have, 15 bases left. So I, end up getting off the game for like about 10, 15 minutes, and I come back on, and they have literally three starred every single base besides mine and Peg's, my Town Hall 8. So they three starred David. So, of course, when I see that, I get a little freaked out because I'm like, okay, this is real. There's a potential that we could tie this war. So, David and I are sitting there very excitedly twitching, wondering what's going to happen. But first of all, I just want to give props to our war opponent. Super amazing attacks. I'm going to show you here in just a second the HgHb, which is the Hog Giant Healer Bowler combo. Very, very beautifully executed. I was actually really impressed with this clan. I mean, I really can't complain. Unfortunately, they don't know my bomb placement. Um, they should. I mean, they would have gotten 3 stars on me had I not had a little trick up my sleeve in my base. But anyways, they didn't. So as you see, we won. So they came in. The first, person, obviously 3 star David. Unfortunately, only got 95% on me. And then the second player ended up coming in and going on my base, and only got a 55%. So I have to show you this because David and I watched this in just utter suspense, um, praying that he didn't 3 star me. So here we are. He's opening up my core. I see obviously by his troop lineup that he's, got a either like a go ho type situation. Now you see I have those bombs in the corners by my mortars there. And I'll explain that in just a second. I know it seems like a silly placement because you're like, what's gonna path there? Alright, so super amazing attack. He's pulling, he's luring. I don't know really why he's wasting a 30 space troop for baiting, but I mean, to each their own, I guess. he had the right concept here. So now watch these wall breakers. He brings these wall breakers in, but as you can see, it's over. I placed 2 small little bombs on the corners where people like to penetrate the core. So obviously places that I would think that they would go. Also, wall breakers only will open parts of the wall where there's a building touching. They will not attempt to go for a place where there is no building connected to the wall. So obviously that's over. So the core didn't open up for him. Now he needed this core to open up. Why? Because he needed to be able to bring his golems in and have his my wizards distracted. Because as we know, splash damage on hogs, even with the heal, it hurts. So he doesn't give up. He's slowly tracing around my base, trying to clean up as much as he can while he's waiting for those golems to break through. Takes a lot of time. So here he is. He gets another one of my skelly traps. All right, so here he comes. He comes in with his hogs. Now, my base is awesome for this reason, okay? It's pathed crazy. I purposely pathed my base to be anti-giant and anti-hog. So, as I've discussed in previous videos when we were going over Town Hall 7 and using hogs with Town Hall 7, giant bombs are a hog's worst nightmare. They do 2 times the damage to hogs. So with 2 of them in the same spot, it's a wrap. But I not only have that, but I have spring traps here. My double bombs are right here. I think I have another spring trap right here. I don't know if he trips over that one or not. And then I have a Tulsa farm here. And my double cannon here. Now just watch this damage. Now he lays the heal, but as you can see, it was too late. Like, they didn't have enough time to heal before that second bomb hit. I'm throwing his stuff everywhere. Gets my Tulsa farm down, but watch this double cannon. Yeah, that double cannon is insane. It's really nice because you can switch it on and off. It comes from the builder base. After you get your double cannon on your builder base to a level 4. Yeah. I mean, I can't fault this guy. Like I said, they were amazing attackers. It was just really unfortunate that his wall breakers were taken up by my bombs. Now, one way to avoid that is just by simply sending up 1 or 2 wall breakers behind your troop, just to test the area to make sure that there are no anti-wall breaker bombs outside of the base, and then go ahead and send the rest of your wall breakers in, or just bringing, you know, quite a few. I usually bring up between 5 to 6 wall breakers in my attacks, but on my Town Hall 9. Yeah, but there was that was their attack. Was they did the HgHb, but our clan did some amazing attacks too. So I'm gonna go over David's real quick. David is a 9.5, but he does have bowlers and miners unlocked in extremely good royal levels. I'm gonna go ahead and replay his attack on 1. So as you can see, 9.5 as well. They have not laid infernos. He has not laid infernos. Now he's doing the healer bowler method, basically using a couple bowlers and 2 healers on each side of the base, filtering and then placing placing the golem with a jump spell, then followed by the royals and more bowlers to eat up the core while you have troops on the side. I find a lot with these new attacks, um, it's almost like we're promoting walking around the base, cleaning up extra buildings, and then having a kill squad going inside of the base to clean up everything else. When I first was playing Cock about, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it was always like filter, make sure you get in the core, but then you'd find that sometimes there were buildings on the outside that didn't get killed, and um, having to carry those extra whiz to make sure you clean it up. As you can see, he just demolishes this base. His queen is insane. His golem is still alive. Um, he's doing a golem walk, apparently. Look at that. And he does not have his king. He did not war with his king this war. It's down for upgrade. So obviously he finishes his attack flawlessly. He's an amazing attacker. Almost 800 war stars. So, alright, awesome. And then now David told me about this attack, and I was stoked because from previous videos I did, I was an extremely huge Go Wee Wee fan. I loved using the witch. I love using witches, and for some reason I just haven't been a big fan of it lately. I think it's got a lot to do with the bomber tower, taking out more, of my skellies. I just really haven't found it very enjoyable. But he brought this to my attention, and I was stoked. It's called the Witch Slap. It's a pretty new strategy. Basically the same kind of concept that David used with his bowlers, except it's with witches. So I'm going to be placing 5 witches on each side, followed by 2 healers. I'm going to go ahead and filter that out. And then once it's filtered, I'm going to go ahead and lay the golem with the jump, my royals, and then the bowlers in my CC, and push forward with a rage and a heal and another jump to get into the core. Now, as you can see, the healers are kind of doing their own thing, following troops, because that's just what they do, but no biggie. As you can see, the healers end up dying, and my troops are kind of dying. I'm like, ah! But look at how many freaking skeletons there still is, and thankfully no other defenses that does splash damage besides the mortar, and the mortar was occupied with my queen, so I knew that I had the base. I was so stoked. Really mindless attack, as long as you filter properly and those bowlers don't go on the outside of the base, because you need them in the core. Well, anyways, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm extremely excited to start tubing again, and talking about the fun things that I found out or that I'm learning. I don't really know how many people actually watch these videos, but if you find an attack interesting, or you have any questions about a certain attack that I'm talking about, or whatever, please leave it in the commentary. I do check that, and maybe I might do a video on it or talk about it. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'm glad to be back.